Hello everyone, this is Nitish and this is Plum's initiative, which is Prelims Level Up MCQ series. Here we discuss 5 MCQs daily and this will help you in your UPSC preparation. Today is episode number 256 and I am dealing with economics MCQ. Before starting this class, I would like you to please subscribe the channel and also like and comment on videos. These contents are free of cost, so for test series and foundation video, you can contact to Vice Sir on WhatsApp 7200 681 675. So let's begin. Today's MCQ number 1 is Project Fulbari, recently seen in news, aims to work towards capacity development of medical staff in rural India, to address the problem and challenges of malnutrition related issue of infants, to increase the livelihood of tribal people through sustainable means of employment, and last is to reform the elementary education system through three-pillared approach. So try to answer this question in 5 to 10 seconds. So its correct answer will be option number B, that is Fulbari project aims to address the problem and challenges of malnutrition related issue of infants. Project Fulbari aims to address the problem of malnutrition and associated physical and mental development issue of infants. As part of project, Fulbari centers are being established where identified malnourished children are getting special attention to ensure that their weight, physical and mental progress meets the normal standard. So this is the explanation of Project Fulbari, and option number B is the correct objective, or we can also say the correct aim of the Project Fulbari. MCQ number 2. So on the basis of this paragraph, you have to identify the correct option. This kind of duty is levied on the imported goods when there is a serious impairment in the position of the domestic industry. It is a temporary relief provided when imports of a product increase unexpectedly to a point where they threaten domestic manufacturers of similar product. It is done due to flooding of the domestic market by the imported goods, and such goods are absolutely or relatively cheaper than domestic goods. As a result, the substantial domestic market share has gone to the imported goods and domestic players are struggling. This refers to option A, basic custom duty, option B, goods and services tax, option C, countervailing duties, and option D is safeguard duty. So try to answer this question in 5 to 10 seconds. Its correct answer will be safeguard duty. Now, let's look at the explanation. Safeguard duty is a temporary relief provided when the imports of product increases unexpectedly to a point where they threaten domestic manufacturers of the similar product. So it is written in brief and it is in detail, which is already mentioned in the question. That is, the explanation is already mentioned in the question. So in detail, you can refer the question part, and in brief, you can refer the explanation part. MCQ number 3. Which one of the following statement correctly describe the purpose of National Single Window System? Option A. It is a platform for foreign educational institutions to apply for licenses to establish university in India. Option B. It is a platform for non-profitable organization to comply with foreign donation rules in the country. Option C. It is a platform allowing investors to apply for various pre-operations approval required for commencing a business in the country. And option D. It is a platform developed by National Highway Authority of India that allows contractor all over India to apply for construction of road infrastructure project. So I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question. So its correct answer will be option number C, that National Single Window System is a platform allows investor to apply for various pre-operations approval required for commencing a business in the country. Now let's look at the explanation that National Single Window System is one-stop digital platform that aims at allowing investors to apply for various pre-operations approval required for commencing a business in the country. The system aims to make the business registration process easier, allowing the beneficiaries to get significant approval online without having to run to a government offices for approvals, and can avail themselves of services with just a click. That is option number C. MCQ number 4. Which one of the statement regarding national scheme for PM Poshan in school is incorrect? This question is basically contemporary affair, so try to answer this question. Option A. The scheme will replace the existing non-national program for midday meal in schools. Option B. It will cover all school children studying in class 1 to 8 of government aided schools. Number of hot meals are increased to 3 for increasing the level of nutrition among children. And option D. The scheme makes it mandatory for the social audit of the scheme in all the districts. So try to answer this question in 5 to 10 seconds. So its correct answer will be option number C, which means option number C is incorrect regarding national scheme for PM Poshan. That is, the number of hot meals are increased to 3 for increasing the level of nutrition among children. Now let's look at the explanation part, which tells the correct statement. That is, national scheme for PM Poshan scheme does not extend the number of hot meals to 3, but here it returns number of hot meals are increased to 3. That's why the option number C is the incorrect one. Now, let's look at the extra information regarding this. It aims to provide one hot cooked meal in government and government aided school from 2021-22 to 2025-26. It is proposed to be extended to students studying in pre-primary or Bal Vatikas of government and government aided primary school in addition to all children from elementary classes. Now, MCQ number 5. Once again, you have to study the paragraph, and on the basis of the paragraph you have to identify the options. These are the cryptographic assets on blockchain with unique identification code and metadata that distinguishes them from each other. Unlike cryptocurrencies, they cannot be traded or exchanged at equivalency. They can be used to represent real world items like artwork and real estate. This is most likely description of option A, intangible assets, non-fungible tokens, operating assets, and security token. So take 10 seconds and try to answer this question. So its correct answer will be option number B, that is non-fungible token. Non-fungible token are unique cryptocurrency token that exist on a blockchain and cannot be replicated. They are one of the kind assets in digital world that can be bought and sold like any other piece of property, but they have no tangible form of their own. That's why the option number B is the correct. And in the question itself, it is already gives the description of non-fungible token. So you can also refer the question part. So that's all for today. Hope you like the content and video. Next episode will be tomorrow. So please subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you.